We're back in Carbonado. We realized throughout the rest of this video, we say Carbonado. We apologize. We know that it is, in fact, Carbonado. So bear with us.
On this episode of Searching for History, we're out in Carbonado. So Carbonado is in Pierce County, Washington. It's in the Carbon River Valley, and it's not far from Wilkeson. Carbonado was a coal mining community in the late 19th and early 20th centuries when it operated the largest coal mine in Pierce County. Right here at the entrance of the town, there's an information panel about the history of Carbonado. In 1876, the first known prospector of the Carbonado area was Joseph Johns, a Welsh immigrant whose private mining operations lasted only 2 years. In the month of November 1879, Robert Wingate arrived and as superintendent successfully opened and developed the coal mines at Carbonado for the Carbon Hill Coal Company. The Carbon Hill Coal Company sold its interest in the company to Charles Crocker in 1881. In 1924, Carbon Hill Coal Company pulled out and leased the mines and town property to Pacific Coast Coal Company, who were already mining Burnett, Black Diamond, and Newcastle. Houses were transported from the closed operations of Burnett, and they replaced Carbonado's old shacks. Although the town's coking industry ceased in 1926, mining would continue for another 14 years when Pacific Coast Coal did not renew its lease with the Carbon Hill Coal Company. On April Fool's Day, 1937, the mine was sealed. In 1940, 454 residents were left. And then by the 1970s, the coal industry was pretty much gone from Carbonado. Many of the houses that line the streets of Carbonado are actually houses that were company houses where employees lived, during the coal mining days. So most of the houses you see here that we're driving by were once company houses owned by the Carbon Hill Coal Company. Today, of course, Carbonado is a residential town. While the coal industry is long gone, these houses remain and people are still living here. There's the Carbonado Saloon. It opens at noon and has the #1 best burgers.
I wonder if that payphone still works.
Behind me here is the Carbonado Historic School, which makes up the Carbonado Historic School District. Not sure when the school was built, so when we get home, I'll look that up and throw the number up on the screen. Unlike Wilkeson, Carbonado doesn't have a lot of historic buildings, but this is one of the historic buildings that is in Carbonado. Just think, there was a time when Carbonado actually rivaled the size of Tacoma. So Erin, what are your thoughts so far on the Carbon Hill Coal Company town, Carbonado?
This town is pretty cute. It's a kind of quaint little residential community now. There's lots of older company town homes, little homes. And there's a school and a church and a saloon. And we haven't seen the cemetery yet, but there's a cemetery. So we're going to go see that.
Yeah, and we know there's what's called the Incline. We just ran into some people who happen to be fans of the channel, and they they told us about that you can still see parts of the ruins of the incline. So we're gonna go see if we can actually find that.
I think it's a really cool town because there's so many cute little homes here.
I'm at the location where we were told that there was an incline, and I mean, I have no doubt it's here somewhere, but of course it's so brushy and I don't really know exactly where it's at. We were told the incline is somewhere around here, and I do see it looks like maybe a railroad grade cutting mid-slope, and I suppose there could be incline like right over there. Kind of goes down steep towards the river, but it's pretty brushy to get over there, so this is as close as I'm gonna get. We're back in Carbonado. The last time we were here, I was looking for the incline rail. We met a person that told us about it. He said there was some evidence of it you could still see, but I failed to find it. And so we're back here because last time I looked on Google Street View and kind of driving around on the computer, I saw a couple concrete structures, which I'm pretty sure one of them has to do with the incline rail system. So now we're back, and let's go take a quick look at what I found. So over here on the left, this concrete structure, I'm pretty sure is some kind of a vault. So I have to imagine there was a building here, and that vault would have been in the center of it. If you have any idea if that really is a vault and what building it originally was inside of, please let us know in the comments below. So right here on the corner of Railway Avenue and First Avenue Southeast is this concrete foundation. So you can see there's like bolts that were cut off. So like something was mounted here. So I believe what this is I'm not sure what you would call it, maybe a powerhouse, power plant, something like that. That this is where the machinery was mounted onto these concrete foundations that ran the incline rail system. This would have ran an incline rail, so a steep incline that would have taken workers and possibly coal back up, but it would have led down to the Carbon River Valley where there were coal mines kind of at the bottom of the valley. I am happily surprised to find a 1913 Sanborn map of Carbonado. The map shows the Pacific Coast Commercial Company General Store. The location of the vault would have placed the vault in the store office. The 1913 map also indicates the powerhouse, which confirms the purpose of the concrete foundation as the powerhouse that ran the incline rail. Now we will jump back in time to where we were looking at the cemetery.
We're at the Carbonado Cemetery.
In the history of Carbonado, more than 100 miners died in the coal mining industry. I imagine some of those miners are buried here in this cemetery. 31 coal miners were killed in the Carbon Hill Coal Company's mine number 7 on December 9th, 1899. I was reading that this cemetery has a memorial to those coal miners, so while we're here, we'll try to find that. I imagine this is the memorial. Let's go check it out. This is dedicated to the major mine disasters around Carbonado. It does have the December 9th, 1899 disaster. Talks about Carbonado number 7 mine, 31 killed in explosion. 1904 at number 5 mine in Burnett, Washington, 17 killed in explosion. 1917 Wilkeson mine, 6 killed, inundation. 1918 Burnett mine, 12 killed explosion. 1924 Burnett mine, 7 killed explosion. 1925 Wilkeson mine, 5 killed explosion. 1927 Carbonado mine, 7 killed inundation. And 1930 17 killed explosion. I mean, that's pretty tragic to have all of those people dying in the various mines in explosions and then some in inundations. So I imagine, that's when the mine is rapidly taking on water. And so then those people drowned, and they drowned underground.
I've already found the grave of a child, and I knew from far away because there's a lamb carved on the top. This is the grave to Anna Oliver Nelson. She was born May 18th, 1891, and she died October 21st, 1891.
These are really amazing gravestones. I mean, look at this one here.
That's really unusual.
It's in the shape of a coffin,
It is, yeah.
but it's an enclosure, and then it has this grave marker that's a scroll laying over the marker. And then you see there's a fern there. And it says Nightingale, but I can't make out the rest of it.
Look at this grave marker. It has a crown with a cross inside it, and it says, "In memory of Catherine, wife of Evan Lewis, who died May 2nd, 1888.
Yeah, age 40. Rest in peace, it says.
Yeah.
So here's some more of that late 19th century symbolism, where we have the hand pointing upwards, which is a symbol of ascension to heaven. And this is another person that died in 1888. Louisa, wife of L. Richard, born 1844, died 1888. So this is a broken headstone, and that's the crown with the cross in it again.
Yeah. Here's another grave marker that has a scroll carved over.
This is really the first time I've seen the scroll laying on the gravestone.
Yeah.
It's Martha Davis, beloved daughter, but then I can't read the rest of it.
Mm-mm. So far, I've seen at least 2 of these wooden pillars with a cross on it.
Yeah.
They can't be very old, but they look old.
Hard to say. They could be replacement markers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's 2 right here that are wooden.
I see another lamb carving.
The star must be for born, and the cross for death. So that's a 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Tom M. Drusilla. Yeah, these are all Drusillas.
I think these are Eastern European names. This one is Mikhail.
Mikel.
Mikel?
So the one on the right says mother. Lisa Maki.
Huh.
And then the middle one's
I think that's Toyville.
Toiv something. Usilla. And then on the left is the Michael Usilla. But if you look,
What's that?
it's written in some other language.
Yeah.
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Down here.
Yeah.
I mean, because you have the A's with the 2 dots.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says something down here.
Well, we know that Wilkeson had an Eastern European population in it.
Yeah, people from the Carpathians.
Were they from Slovenia?
Yeah, so we know in Wilkeson they had people from Slovenia settled there, people from the Carpathian Mountains. So maybe something similar is going on here, because it's definitely Eastern European or Russian, something like that. It's not Cyrillic, but
If
it's not
anybody,
English.
if anybody knows what this script is, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, or if you can read that, let us know. These cemeteries here in Carbonado and then in Wilkeson, they're really unique. And the detail on these headstones and the size of the headstones, it's different, a lot different than you see in other cemeteries around Western Washington.
Well, it makes you realize you really could envision that Carbonado was a town the size of Tacoma.
Yeah.
Because of how much care went into some of these headstones, how detailed they are, and how much money they would have cost.
It's true.
I really like Carbonado. It's definitely worth checking out if you happen to be in the Carbon River Valley. I thought Carbonado is really quaint because it has so many of those company town little homes left in it. And the cemetery is really cool.
Yeah. The highlight of Carbonado is the cemetery. I mean, it's worth checking out the town just to get an idea of how everyone lived in these company houses, and they're all still there. But the cemetery is, I say this a lot, but it is spectacular. You just don't see cemeteries like this, except in the Carbon River Valley.
Yeah.
Well, that was our episode on Carbonado. I hope you liked it.
Don't forget to like, share, comment on this video, and please subscribe to Searching for History. Thanks for watching.